Welcome to this gentle restorative class. And it's truly going to be a more gentle restorative class today because I really am feeling drawn to the magic four. And so if you receive my email ahead of time, have a chair, or of course, you can use Stonehenge with the two blocks and a bolster on top. Sometimes a couch will work depending on the height of your body with the height of the couch. An ottoman works great. So we're just going to take it easy. We have this um, talk, and I'm a part of the talk, that there is this awakening and ascension that is happening right now on this planet, and things are shifting massively. And I heard this person speaking the other day, and they said it's not really a transformation, it's a total metamorphosis. So I thought that was a good description because if you look at the metamorphosis of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, it changes form. And when it's going through the process of the metamorphosis, it feels as though it's dying in a way. And I feel like that's exactly a good description of what the world is going through and has been going through. So all this talk the last few years, especially, and it's been going on since beginning of 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended. So the Mayan calendar ended and everybody started freaking out, thinking, oh, this is going to be the end of the world, or maybe this is going to, take the power out and the internet out. And none of that happened. None of that happened because that was just the very onstart or the beginning of this change that we're moving through. And if you look at all the astrology, it's like we are in it. We are in the midst of it. And 2020 to 2024 is the collapse of the old ways and old structures. And 2024 to 2028 is the rebuilding, but it's the growing pains, right? So it's the growing pains of the collapse and expecting the new things to come in to create that change that we need. Even in our bodies, the bodies are changing. We're not going to be as dense, even though we're still going to be physical beings. We're having and growing more and more light. And there's all this science to it. So you don't have to look at this as a spiritual metamorphosis. I mean, it's actually happening scientifically. So you can look at it from the scientific standpoint. But the good news is when we're moving from this 3D dense world, think about how we've had to work and work and work and work with the 3D world. And now we're going to be shifting. And this is, again, just the beginning of the shift, just the beginning of the change. It's going to take a while. They're saying like 20 years to go through all of this change, at least externally. So we're going to be moving more into the beingness, into the unity state of consciousness. And even if you don't believe it, isn't that a magnificent thing to hope for? So I'm just going to lean in on that side. So I thought today the weather has been insane, and the weather's going to continue to be pretty disruptive. So I thought on a rainy, windy day, let's just take it easy. I hope you're bundled up. I've got my sweatpants on and my sweatshirt on because your body temperature will drop as you relax, especially at home with the lower temp than what would be at a studio. So feel free to have blankets around you to cover up with. If you feel like you need a pillow for underneath your head, grab it. And let's go ahead and begin with legs up. So whatever furniture or props you want to use, lift the legs up so that your knees are at the edge of whatever that surface may be. Line up your spine so that it feels straight instead of crooked. And typically with the Magic Four, we bring the arms down in an A-frame position, but you're also welcome to tuck them into your pockets or rest them onto your belly. Go ahead and begin your conscious breath work. Breathing in a deep diaphragmatic way. Softening your face. Sometimes when we breathe in the oceanic way, it can tense up the mouth. But if we breathe in the diaphragmatic way, the mouth can stay more relaxed. And begin to notice what you're sensing in your back body. Maybe more elongation through the low back, more of a flattening of the low back. Perhaps the head feels heavy. But also notice what's occurring in your front body. Maybe the front of the body feels cooler. Maybe that's where you're experiencing more movement as you breathe. And then try to move more to your center. Be more internal. And begin connecting to the inner witness that's watching and observing these things. This is your true self. And the body is housing your true self. That's different and apart from the occurrences that may be happening in your mind. If any visions dance around, just look at them as if they were a movie, but then try to withdraw away unless it's important. Sometimes when we get trapped in those visions and in that entertainment, the body will start to respond. Some muscles may want to contract. Or we'll lose sight of the breath. Let's move into the second position. And all you have to do is begin to slide your left heel towards you. And anywhere along the way, you can pause. You could even take the arch of the foot to the edge of the prop or chair. Just make sure that your hip, your back, and your knee is going to allow for a period of time. There's 4 poses, and 3 of those are two-sided. In this sequence, we work from left to right. The intention of the sequence is to help to detangle the tension that we tend to hold in the smaller, more minuscule muscles. To help us to de-stress both the mind and body. And to free up the spine. Try not to allow the left knee to flop open. That's going to come about in the next pose. Rather, keep that left knee drawing in towards your heart. Continue to observe, and you may notice some tension dissolving. Some change is happening at a very subtle level. Let's reset the left calf. Coming back to this instant Maui position. And let's take it to the right. So slide your right heel towards you. And remember, the foot can come all the way to the edge of the furniture or props. That's not the goal. So if the heel is halfway resting on the seat or the top, totally fine. There are days when I do this, when I can take it all the way to the edge, and there's other times where I have to leave it directly on top. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. So leave that description out of the equation. That right knee is coming in towards the chest line, trying to prohibit it from flopping out. And even cross comparing the two sides. You may notice which side it's more needed for. Cater to each side individually. And let go of expectations. Just be. These are not poses we have to continuously work in. The only work is maintaining our awareness and state of presence. And the breath can anchor you to it. Now that we've been releasing this side, let's plant the right calf back on top. Here a moment. Notice any residual effects, even if it's just a surge of energy here or there. And now let's move into the third position. Left ankle is going to cross over the right knee. You don't necessarily have to put any additional flexion in the ankle. You're not trying to push the left knee away. You're not trying to bring the right thigh towards you. You created the shape. Now simply be in it and just breathe. You may find that one of these forward positions may be a little more challenging to stay in for a longer period of time. For me, it's this one. You might even notice it affects the buttocks. Some people like sliding the left foot down the thigh in the direction of the hip, almost like you're moving towards a half lotus, although you don't have to go that deep. But that's going to add a lot of flexion in your left knee. And you may even feel it coming down your shin bone. So if you want to try it for the last half of holding this pose, you can. Let's carry the left calf back on top. Reset, instant Maui. You might feel some tingling in that left hip now. Maybe even traveling into the foot. That's just meridians, those energetic channels and highways that have opened up from holding that shape. Now take the right ankle over the left knee, propping it there. No need to do anything else. Other than to bear witness to what is. This is the one that's a little harder for you, or if you're sensing more in your body, keep controlling your breath. That will give you something to focus on. Maybe it can override it. If the right leg gets heavy and that right foot starts to slip a little bit, you can go with it unless it really takes the alignment off. If it takes the alignment off, then bring it back. So notice the difference in the pelvic floor in your tailbone region. That first position that we've done several times since is great at reducing the tension housed here. So it may feel softer or more airy. Really, that domino effect is occurring up and down the body. If you feel drawn to attempting or trying to slide the right foot down the thigh, again, you don't have to take it all the way to half Padmasana. And obviously monitor your knee, make sure it's acceptable. Let's slide that right calf back on top. Feel the difference. Now, the fourth final positioning is a twist. So you're just going to scale the legs off the seat to the right, arms in an A-frame position so that right hand's kind of pointed down towards the knees. The knees are not as tucked, so you're not trying to bring them into the abdomen or chest. And then we're going to slowly turn the head to the right shoulder. Therefore, we're bringing in the cervical portion of the spine as well. Check in to see if you need any support. And just because you have space between the knees doesn't necessarily mean you need support. It really depends on what you're feeling through the left side of your buttocks and up your back. Your next inhale, gently roll your head to center, and then grip in your belly to lift the legs back on top. Pause and hold here, resetting the back. Then we'll take this twist to the second side. So again, lifting the feet, scale off the prop over to the left side. Again, without tucking your knees to your belly or chest. And then slowly rolling the head to the left shoulder. And then try to hang out here. So often as humans, we feel guilty if we're not being productive. Think about how productive you've been throughout your life. Let's move into the aspect of being a human being instead of a human doing. Notice if you're feeling sensation in the same places in the twist. And even though this is our fourth position, we are going to return to the first position of that instant Maui. So gently rotate the head to center, lift the legs back on top. Your arms can stay on that A-frame position, or you can bring them back to your belly or tuck them into your pockets. Now we're entering Shavasana. If you prefer a different position to this one, you can reset, take another positioning of your liking. Take a few deep breaths wherever you land. Firming bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, any and all turning thoughts, I now give over to the hands of peace. Peace, be still, and know that I am. increase the flow of your breath. Once you enliven it, roll away to one side of your body. Acclimate there as long as you need to before coming up. And once you come up, bring your hands to prayer. The light in me bows respectfully to the light in each of you. Namaste.